On Travel Tips, we're joined by President of Cadillac Travel Group, David Fishman. Thanks for coming in, David.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
So spring break is just around the corner. People are looking for a quick vacay. Where are some of the top destinations people are looking for this year?
Well, you normally are always going to go south. You got to get warm. That's what people are looking for, warm. So usually you're going to the Mayan Riviera, Cancun, or you're going to go over to Punta Cana. They're the best places to go, best values. Or you even go to the west, you go to Cabo and Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Then, of course, cruises are always a great value as well. So as long as people are getting south into the Caribbean, Mexico, and into the Dominican Republic, that's where most people go during spring break.
We want the heat.
Oh, definitely, and that sunshine. You know, I always worry, here we are in February, right? I mean, it's almost mid-February. Is it too late, or can you still get some of those great deals?
Well, that is true.
Are we running out of time?
We are running out of time, in particular because of air. There's only limited seats for the air. That's where your problems are going to lie. You may find some destinations that will have some deals. It's going to be a problem getting there. You know, the fares are going to be quite expensive. They've already gone up, as we all know. Come down a little bit in the last quarter of 2023. But the pricing right now, if you want to go somewhere, you might not be able to get there is the other problem. You're going to have to be flexible on even the dates that you're flying if you plan on trying to go anywhere during spring break right now.
Well, let's keep it on the water. You mentioned cruises briefly, and you actually had a chance recently to go on the world's largest cruise ship. Now, this was just christened, I believe. Tell us about that, and if you're a first-time cruiser, that's the boat you want to be on, or you want to start a little smaller?
It is phenomenal. I mean, it's got the largest water park at sea. It's got 6 slides, one that's a 50-foot drive, and one has a raft for the whole family to go. It's got 8 different neighborhoods. It's 2.25 laps, 2.4 laps around the track. That's a mile.
That's amazing.
So the ship is almost over a quarter. So I call it the largest, most intimate ship at sea. It's truly incredible.
The irony of that, right?
Right. You feel like there's 100 people on board because it's so big.
It's a no-think vacation.
No think, because it's just a giant menu. You know, you just say, you know, in particular, entertainment-wise, cruise ships are crazy. There's close to 50 different venues, either bars or food, okay? And then you have theater, and then you have casinos and dueling pianos and the Irish bar, the sports bar. I'm in the middle of the ocean watching the Lions win.
Very nice.
To get to the NFC Championship. How cool is that? And to do that and have that opportunity. To go back, though, is it the beginner ship? It doesn't have to be. Okay, and it's a real big family ship. So there's a right ship for the right person at the right time. But it is no think, because it's just a menu and pick and choose, and you don't have to keep reaching in your pocket, which makes it really comfortable. Plus, it's really safe. No one's swimming up to go get your kids or attack. You're in the middle of the ocean, and it's really secure, which makes you feel real comfortable, especially on a family vacation.
But it sounds like it might be too much maybe if you're a first-time cruiser, right? Would you suggest maybe kind of starting out a little bit smaller?
Yeah, there's a lot going on that ship. So you can start smaller, or even on the older ships, or Oasis class, for example, for Royal Caribbean, is a fantastic. It's really large too, has many of the same amenities, but it's going to cost you less because it's not the latest and greatest. And that ship's already sold out. 80% of the ship is already sold out for 2024.
It's amazing when you said 8 neighborhoods. That just sums up how big it is. It's got 8 neighborhoods on the ship. Yeah. Now, I'm curious, can you break it down a little? I mean, obviously, there's people looking for family vacations, or people maybe looking for adult-only resorts. Are there better places to go if you're looking for adult-only resorts compared to family?
Yeah, well, I mean, they really kind of label. You know ahead of time, if you are working with a travel professional or really pay attention, they'll say adults only, no kids under 12, no kids under 18. So they'll really give you a clue, and then they'll say they're more family-friendly resorts, like the Dream Resorts or some of those. Why Sandals will lean more towards couples and adults. That's a good example right there between the two. But there's many resorts that would be clearly labeled. This is adults only. This is a family resort.
So for spring break specifically, are there any locations that you sometimes try to steer folks away from, whether it's couples or families? Because I feel like usually for spring break, it's folks trying to get away during, you know, a child's break from school.
Right, well, I mean, I've taken out groups for years on spring break. I used to do a chaperone trip without parents, crazy. But it'd be funny or sad when you get to a resort and you bring 100 kids, and then you see this couple that are going on this lovely spring break trip together, and they're going,
oh no,
oh, exactly.
What happened?
What happened?
What's going on?
And so they're not going to tell you. So that's another thing. Really do some research. because they're not going to tell you that they're going to have 1,000 kids at their resort,
Sure.
because then the other parts of the resort that are more adult friendly, let's say, are not going to be used as perhaps as much. So they're not going to tell you. So you really have to do your homework to make sure you're not going to end up at a spring break, high school, college spring break resort on your lovely couple romantic vacation.
Oh man,
So
that
was a bummer.
You got to
Yeah.
pay attention on that
Lock
one.
myself
Some
in the
very
room.
scary faces going,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Now, you mentioned earlier destinations, in the Caribbean, Mexico, whatnot. Are there any popular U.S. destinations at this time?
Yeah, well, always Florida will stay pretty consistent as being a spring break. Texas has been known for a long time. You start going out west, Arizona, California. When you're saying southwest, you're saying on the East Coast going south. If you go in those general destinations, you'll get great weather, and those tend to be very popular for spring break, even getting down into the Keys.
And what about maybe some hidden gems, some spots across the country that people don't think about that could be a kind of a quick getaway, and you can still kind of enjoy that downtime?
Well, what's interesting is because going places that people don't go to, the off season, they're still great to go to, because you're touring, and the weather's going to be, it could be cooler, but you really can still have a great experience. Even if you're going up into Canada, you have that first international experience into Toronto or Montreal, or over to the west side of Vancouver, or go in the United States, go to some cities or other places, Charleston, Savannah, for couples, some family, but go to other places that people don't go to during that time of year. It's not a beach vacation, but it can be a really great experience that won't be as crowded, and you're going to get there because you'll be able to fly there and save money and make it there.
And still be able to get away.
That's always
And then
a
fly
plus.
overseas.
Yes.
Go to Europe. I mean, great time in the wintertime. You're going to tour anyways, and you'll be able to get there inexpensively and have some great deals.
And not deal with the crowd.
Less
And
crowd.
not deal with the
Yes.
crowd.
Where can people find you, David?
They can find me at CadillacTravel.com, www.cadillactravel.com, or 1-800-369-TRIP 8747, and we're in Royal Oak, Michigan.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for coming in
Thanks,
this morning.
David. We
Appreciate that.
it.
Thank you.